Hey YouTube, this is David from Bubba Chunks Development. This is WordPress start to finish, step-by-step guide to learning WordPress and getting your website online. This is Part 8, performing search engine optimization on your newly created WordPress site. In Part 7, I showed you how to find, install, and activate plugins to enhance your website. Here in Part 8, I'll now show you how to perform on-page search engine optimization on your newly created WordPress site. I'll go over how to use the Yoast SEO plugin we installed in Part 7 to make sure your content is search engine friendly. I'll also go over how to link your website to Google Webmaster tools. And lastly, I'll show you how to create a robots.txt file and a sitemap.xml file and submit those files to Google for indexing. Now, without further ado, let's get right into the tutorial. Alright, now that you have your website hosted and you have some content on your website, we'll now be looking at how to search engine optimize your website. The first thing we're going to do is explore this Yoast SEO plugin. So we'll go to our dashboard. And we'll go down to SEO, and we'll go to the Yoast dashboard. And as you can see, it'll tell you what problems you might be having on your website. And right here it says huge SEO issue. You're blocking access to robots. So what this means is that your robots.txt file is actually blocked from search engines like Google. To change this, we're going to go to Settings and Reading. And this checkbox right here means that it's going to discourage search engines from indexing your website. So we'll uncheck this and hit Save Changes. And then we'll go back to the Yoast plugin. We'll go to the dashboard. And now that problem was solved. However, at this point, you still don't have a robots.txt file for the search engines to index. So we'll create that by opening Notepad. After we have Notepad open, we'll create a robots.txt file. We'll type in user-agent. This will identify the robot that's indexing your site. Google uses Googlebot. However, there's many different bots that might scan your site, so we'll just put a star. So this will apply to all robots. Now on the next line, we'll type in disallow : and this will tell the robot to not index something specific. So whatever you specify here, the robot will not index. Now if you type in a slash here, you never want to do this because that means that the robot will not index anything from your root directory. So we're going to type in WP-admin because there's no reason for a robot to be going into our admin files. And then we'll close that off with another slash. And then it'll allow everything else. So the robot that scans your site will not go in WP-admin. However, every other file on your site, that robot will index. And the next line, we're going to type in sitemap. We're going to tell the robot exactly where our sitemap is. And you'll notice that we don't have a sitemap yet either. If we go to our file transfer program, or FileZilla, we'll see that we don't currently have a robot.txt file, and we don't have a sitemap.xml file. So now before we finish robots, we'll have to create a sitemap. To do that, we can just go to Google, type in XML sitemap generator, and we'll just click on xmlsitemaps.com, and we'll type in the URL of our website. In my case, it's bcdev.info. Now change frequency. Wants to know how often your website is updated. Is it always being updated? Hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, or are you never going to update it? So I'm going to be adding content daily to weekly. So I'll just hit daily. For the last date that it's been modified, we'll just use the server's response. And for priority, we'll have this automatically calculated priority. And then we'll click on Start. And as you'll see, it'll go through, crawl our website, and generate a sitemap. Now we can download that sitemap right here. And as you can see, we've now downloaded our sitemap.xml file. So we'll bring this out. And then we can now drag this right to our directory. And that's now been uploaded. After you have that copied over, we can go back to our file that we're creating. And for the sitemap, we'll tell Google's robots that our sitemap is located in the root directory of our website. So we'll type in http:// and then you'll use your domain name. And then we'll type / and then we'll type in sitemap.xml. Now after we have all this information here, we'll go File, and then we'll save this as robots.txt. So we'll go ahead and save this to the desktop. Now after we have that saved, we can drag this over and upload that to our websites folder as well. Alright, that's been successfully transferred. So let's go back to our website. And then the next thing we're going to want to do is make sure that our content is search engine friendly. So let's see what content we have on our website. Currently I have a single blog article. So I'm going to want to make sure that this article is search engine optimized. I'll click on this article. And then I'll click edit this post. And now when you edit a post or when you create a post, you'll notice that you have a plugin down here at the bottom, Yoast SEO. And you're going to want to focus on a single keyword. Now if you have a premium version of Yoast SEO, you can actually use multiple focus keywords. But I'm just going to be using the free version. So we're going to want to figure out what this article is about. And we're going to want to focus on our strongest keyword. Now this article is all about building a WordPress website from start to finish. So I'm going to use a bit of a long tail keyword, building a WordPress website. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy that. And then I'll scroll back down to our plugin. I'll paste that in. And now it says the focus keyword contains a stop word. Now our stop word is just the word A, but that's not really going to matter too much in a search result. Now as you can see, here's a little snippet of what Google would show. You can see that our keyword shows up in our title, building a WordPress website. It shows up in the name of the article, which is why we changed the permalinks. So now we have keywords showing up there. We have a keyword showing up in our URL. And we have the keyword showing up twice in the beginning of this snippet. So that's pretty good. Our focus keyword appears several times. And the next thing we're going to want to do is look at our image. So now our featured image has a title and an alt text. So what we're going to want to do is make sure both of these contain that keyword that we're focusing on. So I'll change this alt text to building a WordPress website. And I'll have this title, Introduction to WordPress dash building a WordPress website. And then I'll reset this featured image. So now you can see that the images on this page contain alt attributes with the focus keyword. So overall, this would be a pretty search engine friendly blog post. So if we go up to the top, we can see over in our publish area that the readability needs improvement. It's telling us that our readability needs improvement because we have a short introduction sentence, and then it goes right into an image before it actually starts to get into any content. So this is still alright, but it could use improvement. I could do that differently. And it's telling you that the search engine optimization is good. You're in the green. Now if this could use improvement, this would be yellow, and this would be red if it's not search engine optimized at all. But this post is good, so I'm just going to keep it as is, and I'll update this post. Now that what we've done on here so far has been saved with that update, I'll go back down to that Yoast SEO plugin. And you'll see this little social tab. I'll click on that. Now, if someone shares this to Facebook, what do you want that title to be? If you don't supply any information here, then the Facebook bot will just basically scrape whatever information it can find and that it feels necessary to use for this post. So for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and title this Building a WordPress Website from Start to Finish. I'll copy that. It's also good if this contains your focus keyword. That would be our goal here. And then the little description that Facebook uses, we'll supply it with the description. I'll copy this as our description. I'll go ahead and paste that in here. And then a Facebook image. What image do you want to use when someone shares this on Facebook? Now, this recommends a 1200 by 630 pixel image. Now, I've created, from this image, I've resized this to fit for Facebook. So I'll go ahead and upload that image. And then same as this image, I'll go ahead and copy this title and alt text. That way our image contains our focus keyword. Use image. and then we can click on the Twitter tab. Now the Twitter tab, I'm basically going to be using the same information. However, the description, I'm going to shorten it up a bit. And the image, it now wants, Twitter likes to use a 1024 by 512 pixel image. So the first thing I'm going to do is upload that other image. I'll upload the Twitter image. And then just like the Facebook image, I'll go ahead and add our focus keyword. And then I'll click Use Image. And now for our Twitter title, I'll make it the same title as Facebook. And for the Twitter description, I'll just use the first couple sentences. Now after we have our social information set up, I'll go ahead and update this again. And then let's go ahead and visit site. And we'll click on this post. And now as you can see, we have the green light on this. This is now search engine friendly. And if we take this link and say we go to Facebook, now if we go to paste this website on Facebook, I'll link to this article, we can see that it uses that image, it uses our title and where it's found, and it'll use the beginning of that short description. This will also work if you have a Facebook share button, where they can simply click a button and share to Facebook or Twitter. It'll use that information we just supplied to Yoast SEO Plugin. So the next thing we're going to look at is making sure that our pages are search engine friendly. So we've created an about page. So what I'm going to do is find a focus keyword on this page. Now on here, we'll go up to edit page. And when we scroll down, we'll see that this page isn't very search engine friendly. The text only contains 239 words, which is below the recommended minimum of 300 words. So most content that you want to post on your website should be at least 300 words. However, with Google, I recommend using 500 words or more. So the slug for this page contains a stop word. That stop word would be about. But that's what this page is, so we can't really change it. And no links appear on this page. We don't have any internal linking on here. So if we wanted to improve our SEO, we could add some internal linking. The title is too short. However, it's an about page. So you basically have to use common sense with this plugin. It knows what it's doing for content. However, you have to use your judgment for how you want to use this plugin. So we'll just set it up. We'll set the SEO on this page just how we think it should be. So I'll add a focus keyword. I'll change the alt text for our featured image. And that's pretty much all we can do for this page at this point. So our focus keyword is going to be, well, my focus keyword is going to be Bubba Chunks development. Except I'm going to use about Bubba Chunks development. And then when I click on, I'll copy that. And then when I click on this image, we can see that the alt text is already about Bubba Chunks development. So I'll keep that the same and continue this as our featured image. So after that's done, we can see the SEO is alright. It's not as good as it can be, but it also doesn't need too much more improvement. So we'll click on Update. Now if you have a larger page with more information, you'd of course want to follow this plugin's advice a little bit more, a little bit better. So that's it for this page. So the next thing I'm going to show you, go back to visit the site. The next thing I'll show you is how to link your website with Google's Webmaster tools. So we'll open up a new tab and we'll type in webmasters.google.com. Now when we go to this site, we can sign in with our Google account, such as Gmail. After we're signed in here, we'll click on Add a Property. Our website, well, in my example, this website is going to be bcdev.info. And I'll add this property. And then we'll have to verify that this is actually our property. So this says I should verify using GoDaddy.com verification tool. Or if you're having trouble, you can add a text record. Alternate methods would be an HTML file upload, an HTML tag, linking this to your Google Analytics account, or linking this to your Google Tag Manager account. Now what I'm going to do to verify that this is my website is I'm just going to upload an HTML file. So I'll select this. This wants us to download their verification file. So this file is now downloaded. So I'll drag this file onto the web server. And we'll go back to our Google Webmasters. Confirm successful upload by visiting that file. Google site verification is successful. So we'll click on I'm not a robot. And we'll click verify. And then it tells us that we have successfully verified our ownership of this domain. So we'll continue. And it'll bring us up to our Search Console dashboard. Now from here we can submit that sitemap that we created so Google can automatically start indexing our website. So we'll click on this little arrow. And then we'll click on Add/Test Sitemap. And we'll tell it that our sitemap is at our domain /sitemap.xml. And we'll go ahead and submit that. item has submitted, so we'll refresh the page. So now we have submitted 9 pages in our sitemap, and the indexing is pending for our website. Now after we do that, we can go to robots.txt Tester, and you can see that we have 0 errors and 0 warnings on our robots.txt file. So if you're changing this at all, you can click here to see which version of that file is live on your website. You can see that's the same one that we just created and uploaded, so everything's fine there. Now that we have our Google Webmasters account and we have our sitemap indexed and we have tested our robots.txt files, we can now return to our site and rest assured that it's now search engine friendly. Now we can see that our Yoast SEO plugin has 2 notifications, so we can click on this. And we can see that since we're new to Yoast SEO, we can configure the plugin. So let's go ahead and click on that. So this basically wants you to sign up for their newsletter. So let's just go ahead and click on next. Please specify the environment in which this site is running. This is running on a production website. So I'll click on that, hit next. What kind of site is this? This current site is a blog site. I'll hit next. The data is shown as metadata in your site. It is intended to appear in Google's knowledge graph. You can be either a company or a person. Choose either. I represent myself as a person on this website. The name of the person, I am David. I'll hit next. Then you can select your social profiles. So I'll add those in later. For now, I'll just click next. The post type posts should be visible. The post type pages should be visible. The post type media, I'm going to select visible. Now WordPress automatically generates a URL for each media item in your library. So this would include short videos or images you upload. Enabling this will allow for Google to index the generated URL, which will help your images and videos show up on Google image search. And then the post type Mail Poet page should be visible. So then we can click next. Does or will your site have multiple authors? Now this is asking how many people are adding content to your website. Is it just you, or are there more people adding content to your website? I will not be having multiple authors, so I'll leave no checked, and I'll hit next. To allow Yoast SEO to fetch your Google Search Console information, please enter your Google authorization code. Clicking the button will open in a new window, so we can get our Google authorization code. And it says Yoast SEO would like to view and manage Search Console data for your verified sites. I will allow this. And then here is going to be our code. So we can copy this code, Control C, and paste it in this box, Control V, and we can authenticate. Google Search Console, select Profile. I'm going to select this domain. And then we can click Next. Website name, the title of your website, will be BC Dev WordPress Tutorials. I'll be changing that globally later on. Choose the symbol as your title separator. This will display, for instance, between your post title and site name. Symbols are shown in the size they'll appear in the search results. So I'll just leave it as a small dash. Hit Next. And then it'll tell you that this is successful. So I'll hit Close. And now we can see that we have no new notifications. So now we can also use Yoast SEO Plugin on the fly. So say we go to Visit Site. Let's go to this article. Now, while you're on a page, a content page or a post page, you can see that the Yoast plugin will be up here. We can analyze this page. We can check inlinks. We can check keyword density. We can check Google Cache. There's all this information that we can check right from here. We can also do keyword research. We can do research for AdWords or Google Trends or an SEO book. We can also access our Yoast dashboard and our Yoast Search Console right from this page. Now, the goal for completing these processes is to get your pages to rank on Google. On top of everything that I've described in this video so far, a huge ranking factor as of 2016 is page speed. That's why I have chosen to go with WordPress engine for this website. To get this site ranked, we're going to want page speed, and WordPress engine is one of the fastest hostings for WordPress. Now, if you successfully complete all these steps, you should be ranking in Google in no time. As you can see from my main website, BubbaChunksDevelopment.com, if you were to search for Bubba Chunks Development, for example, in Google, you can see that my main website takes up the first listing, the second listing, third listing, the fourth listing, and then the fifth listing is actually my Facebook page for Bubba Chunks Development. So this information is very useful and can help you rank on Google very quickly. Alright, I've now shown you how to configure your Yoast SEO plugin, as well as how to make your posts, pages, and images search engine friendly. I've also showed you how to create a robots.txt file and a sitemap.xml file and upload them to your website. I've also showed you how to submit your sitemap to Google via Google Webmaster Tools. I've showed you how to link your site to Google Webmaster Tools. And I've showed you how to link your Google Webmaster Tools right to your Yoast SEO plugin. If you follow the steps in this video, you'll be ranking on Google in no time. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope to see you in part 9, how to back up your new WordPress site and database to protect against data loss. If you'd like to learn more, you can visit my website at www.BubbaChunksDevelopment.com. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links will be posted down in the description. And as always, thanks for watching.